Hi everyone, welcome to Prevention Education, the podcast that teaches you everything about prevention. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Prevention Education podcast episode. As always, I'm Kylie, and I'm a prevention specialist for Preferred Family Healthcare Prevention. And with me today, I didn't ask, do you want me to call you Christina or Kristi?
Kristi.
Kristi, perfect. So today I have Kristi with me. So Kristi, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Kristi, and I am a prevention specialist. I work for the Spirit Grant. I go into the schools and teach prevention curriculum.
Yeah. That's Kristi has an amazing job. She does a really awesome job in her job. That's a lot of times that I said job in one sentence, but we are very lucky to have her on our Spirit team. So yeah. So to get into our get to know you question, it is, if you had to eat a crayon, what color would you choose?
I'm gonna say red.
Okay. Do you have a reason why?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be a proper Kylie Kristi conversation without some early childhood education in it.
Yes.
But I know, just from my experience, the way kids, babies, infants, toddlers put things in their mouth, scientists have speculated that they can taste color. And I imagine that a red crayon would probably taste like strawberries.
Okay. Yeah. I won't test it out, but if you do, let me know.
No. That was just.
No, that's a good point.
I had a little kid one time, a little boy who actually, I had pom-poms out, and he would pick up one color, lick it, contemplate, put it down, pick up a different color, lick it. And he did that for every color.
Okay. Did he ever say if it tasted like anything to him?
Well, he was an infant at the time.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't big enough to really communicate if it tasted like anything, but just watching him, it made me wonder what was going on in his head.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think the color that intrigues me the most would be blue. And it was kind of the same mindset that you had. I just think of like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. And that just sounds amazing right now. And so I just thought of blue crayons. that would taste like that. I know it wouldn't, but I wish it would.
Yeah, right.
That would be really great. Probably dangerous though, so it's probably good that they don't have a taste.
Yeah.
So now that our listeners know just a little fun fact about us, we will get into our topic, and our topic is a very, very important one, especially during the holiday season. And so our topic is going to be over mental health and grief during the holidays. And just as a disclaimer for our listeners, if that is a really heavy topic for you to listen to, definitely feel free to stop the podcast. But if this is a topic that you are interested in and want to learn more about, then we are happy that you're listening. So just wanted to state that for anyone that might want to pop out. But if you're still listening, thank you for listening and for just being willing to learn more on this topic, which is really awesome. So, Kristi, I guess, how during the holiday season specifically, or just kind of in general, what is the importance of mental health?
Mental health is really important because it affects not only your outlook on life, but it can affect you physically.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things that come with mental health that, for example, depression, anxiety. There are a lot of things that come with those illnesses that people don't think about.
Mhm.
Not being able to concentrate. You know, habits, quirks. I have one nervous, it's an anxiety thing, but if I am not where I'm supposed to be at least 15 minutes before I'm supposed to be there, I can go into a panic.
Yeah.
And so there's just a lot of different things that are affected. Your entire life is affected by your mental health. And if you can't take care of yourself and aren't in the right frame of mind, you can't help take care of others or do what you do, whether it's teach or what other sort of job that there is.
Yeah, of course. With the saying, you need to make sure that you have a full cup before you
Right,
start pouring into others. That's not just
right,
another saying. It's a really important thing to keep in mind because you want to make sure that you are full so that you can give to other people and that your battery is not being drained or your cup's not being emptied. Because once it's empty, you need to recognize that and fill it right back up.
right.
So it's important
Absolutely.
to take care of yourself so that you
Right,
can take care of
absolutely.
others. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, with it being the holiday season, do you have some tips for people on how they can take care of their mental health so that they can love others really well?
Um, One thing I would say is um, social anxiety. If you have social anxiety, you don't, for me anyway, I don't always want to go into social situations and do things. Like, I may be excited, for 2 weeks about a party coming up, and then the day of the party, it's like, I really don't want to go. But you kind of have to make have a balance there, and decide whether you want to go or whether you don't. Whether what it is that is causing you to not want to
Yeah.
go. And a lot of times after you have been there or done whatever it is, you're glad you did it.
Yes.
But it's just that isolation that depression can cause. It's exhausting to be around people
Yeah.
when you're not mentally 100%.
Yeah. Very true. And it's really important to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the people that I was actually talking to someone about this the other day. There's some people that drain your social battery, and there's some people that fill your social battery when you're with them. And if you're feeling nervous or anxious about a certain event, maybe bringing that person with you that fills up your social battery would be a really great idea. Like if you have a plus one and say it's your friend or your significant other, whoever it is, try to bring that person that you really enjoy being around, that you can just be yourself with, and that you can be honest with. And that might make events just a little bit easier. Because there is a lot of stress and anxiety around the holiday season. You're expected to
Right.
be a lot. You're expected to kind of put on a like I'm super happy face and
Festive.
like
Yes, you're supposed to be
enjoy.
festive.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
you don't
So
always. feel festive.
Yes. So trying to find some ways to make the events comfortable for yourself and a little easier is always so good. And that kind of goes year round too. You're always going to be invited to birthday parties or, 4th of July parties or just small gatherings.
Right,
So trying to make it as comfortable for you as you can is
right.
definitely really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um, so the other kind of part is grief during the holidays. So what would you like to talk about on that topic?
Um, well, I would just like, I think there is, I have felt like in my journey, which will have been, I lost my mom in February of 22.
Mm,
And I feel like I have not been completely understood. Um, and even like I have tried researching online and I haven't really found anything. Um, I've found a few things, but nothing real substantial. Depression, having depression, you know, can be like walking around with a storm cloud over you all the time.
yeah.
But losing someone on top of that can really be much more oppressive. So it's like it's it's just magnified everything.
Yeah.
Um, and I just, I want people to know
Thank you guys
that
so much for tuning into our
there's no
podcast.
right way.
Remember to follow us on
There's
social
no wrong
media
way
at
to grieve.
PFH Prevention. You can find us on Instagram,
and,
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and
you
Spotify,
have to
and more
do what
podcasting
you have to
platforms.
do
And make sure to email us at
to
moprevention@pfh.org with any
survive the
questions,
holiday.
and feel free to call us
just
at
survive in general.
660-627-7404.
Especially around the holidays.
Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
Substance abuse is very prevalent around the holidays because there are a lot of people who are alone. There are a lot of people who have lost loved ones. And there are other alternatives. There are healthy ways, to take care of yourself and, make it through the holidays.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like doing something, don't, but at the same time, don't feel bad if you do want to start celebrating again.
Yeah.
And make new traditions. The things that my family did when my mom was alive are not things that, a lot of them were centered around her cooking, her, she did certain activities with my nephews and just, there were things that, she instigated. And instead of trying to take over, which I did for, last year I had a really hard time with it. I tried to step into that role and do all of the stuff with them that she did, and it just didn't work. Because, you can't, I wasn't trying to replace her, but I was trying to, fill that void for them, and it didn't work for them, and it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So change things up, do different things, create new traditions, you know, that doesn't mean that you have to forget about the old ones, but you know, it's okay to do something different.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the it's called the Grievers Holiday Bill of Rights. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a list of 10 things that pretty much, you know, it reassures you it's okay to do these things. Like one of them is have some bah humbug moments or days.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be jolly all the time.
Nope.
You know, do things differently. That's one that I kind of talked about. You know, and if you want to have, you know, another one is you have a right to some fun. When you have a day that isn't so bad and you feel like doing something fun, don't feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So essentially it's just, it's okay to not be okay, but it's also okay to be okay. You know?
Yeah.
You really do have to take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
You know?
Very true.
So, let's see. Change direction midstream, you know. If you have, you know, go with the flow. If you have a change of plans, you have a change of plans. You know, don't feel bad about, you know, not going to do something that you were going to go do because you're just not feeling it.
Yeah. Those are some really amazing points. Yeah. And thank you for sharing your experience as well with it. Everyone's so unique, but sharing a story is really important because it can make other people relate to you and use your story to help them. So thank you for that. And I think it's to kind of reemphasize one of your points, everyone grieves at their own time. And some people in the holiday season, grief might be out of sight, out of mind, and they just don't think about it, don't focus on it, and that's okay. And then some people, it might be at the forefront of their mind, and trying to work through it is really difficult, and that's okay too. And so just making sure that you're going on your own time through this process and just doing what's best for you is really, really important. And I also kind of wanted to bring up too, grief can look really different in the way that it's displayed for people. So whether that is you physically did lose someone, or someone might still be alive, but they're just not in your life anymore, and you don't have any contact with them. But there's just so many different forms of grief too. And
well, there are different losses. You know,
yeah,
we learned. My dad and I we went through the local hospice grief support group, and you know, that's one thing that we learned, that you know, there's the primary loss of my mom, but then you've got to navigate the secondary losses.
yes,
The change in dynamics of relationships, the change in how things are done, you know, change in friendships, change in family relationships, and you know, things that you might have to change because, not because they're bad, but because they were something that was integral in the relationship you had with that person.
Yeah.
You know, like I had to find, and I'm looking, I haven't found one yet, but you know, my mom was a very big part of our church, and it was not the same without her. So, you know, not only is there that primary loss, but, you know, change is hard.
It is.
And that is essentially what my whole experience has been, is change.
Yeah.
You know, and so yeah.
Yeah. And you can never prepare for change,
No.
especially in this way. And so you just kind
No.
of got to take it step by step and just kind of take it day by day, which is so important. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. Well, is there anything that you want to talk about more that you think I missed, or just yeah, I just want to leave it open for you to be able to make any other comments that you want.
Not that I could think of right offhand.
Okay.
I hope that, you know, that this is helpful for someone.
Yeah.
And, you know, that it does do some good because,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yes. I mean, it helped me, you know, went through a very unique grief this year, and just some stuff that you said is really kind of hitting me and making me think about how I'm reacting this holiday season. So I really appreciate everything that you have shared, and I know our listeners do as well. We have some wonderful listeners, and so
Yes,
just thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story so that other people can grow and learn, and hopefully be willing to share their stories too. Yeah. There's thank you.
Yeah.
And for our listeners, if you are struggling this holiday season, I really want to emphasize the importance of using the 988 phone line, so you can chat, or you can text or chat or call, and someone is there for you all the time. And you can even reach out to us, and we'll direct you to any resource that is in your community, or if we can help in any way possible, we would love to as well. So once again, Chris, oh yeah, go ahead.
And there is nothing wrong with asking for help. Absolutely nothing.
Yes.
I have done it more than once in my life. Last year, about a month after my mom passed away, I reached out for help. And, you know, I don't regret it at all. It was the best thing, you know. But sometimes it's hard because of, you know, whether it's stigma or just your beliefs, you know, it's hard to ask for help. But, you know, you are the only person that's going to take care of you.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be taken care of. So.
Yes. And we were given other people around us to love on us as well, and to also love on them. So make sure that you're utilizing the people around you this holiday season, because they're there for a reason.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. thank you so much again, just for all of your insight, your story, your everything that you've shared in this podcast. Like I said, I really, really, really appreciate it. And I know our listeners do too. So thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you.
Yeah. And for our listeners, like I said, be sure to reach out to us if you need anything from us. Our email is moprevention@pfh.org, and we'll get you in contact with the right person. And we just hope you have a happy holiday season. And please be sure to tune into our other podcasts if any of the topics kind of reach out to you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into our podcast. Remember to follow us on social media at PFH Prevention. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Spotify, and more podcasting platforms. And make sure to email us at moprevention@pfh.org with any questions, and feel free to call us at 660-627-7404. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.